Now on the Westwood One Radio Network, the 2024 season kicked off the home of the two-time defending champion Chiefs. It was a rematch of the AFC title game, and once again, Kansas City prevailing, beating the Ravens 27-20. Reigning MVP Lamar Jackson got the ball down 7 with just under 2 minutes left and no timeouts remaining. After getting to the Chiefs' 10-yard line, Jackson missed a wide-open Zay Flowers in the end zone on second down with 4 seconds left. And on the final play, Jackson appeared to find Isaiah Likely for a potential game-tying score with no time remaining. But after review, Likely's toe was ruled out of bounds, and the Chiefs held on. Jackson finished with 122 rushing yards and a touchdown pass. Patrick Mahomes threw for a score and an interception. He also passed Hall of Famer Lynn Dawson for the most passing yards in Chiefs franchise history. He's at 28,715 in his young career. Chiefs rookie first-round wide receiver Xavier Worthy ran for a touchdown and caught another in his NFL debut. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest Associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day, valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. Friday, short week, and Friday couldn't arrive soon enough. It is the 6th day of September, 2024. I'm Carroll in the newsroom, Jared. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
Enjoy the morning because it's going to get hot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Not as hot as it was yesterday.
Yeah, I know we're expecting temperatures pretty close, though, right?
Well, all things considered, probably about maybe 8 degrees lower than what it was yesterday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Sure.
That's good.
I got no problem with that.
All right.
And let's see. Lots of things going on around the Imperial Valley. It's that time of year. School is in session. Social events are taking place. And, get ready because, as I said, school is in session. So there's going to be kids of all ages coming up to your door and saying, my school is having a fundraiser, and we'd like you to buy something you really don't need or want, but, hey, you got to support us, right?
Hey, I like those chocolate bars they got. World famous chocolate or something like that.
Yeah.
It's been the same thing for 20 years.
My girls at St. Mary's, that was, back in the day, it was the parochial schools that had all the fundraisers. Now it's every school.
Yep. Everybody needs it. I just miss when they would do the fundraisers and they would sell tubs of cookie dough.
Yes.
And I would just eat it straight out of the tub, right out the freezer.
Yeah. Before you got it from the door to the kitchen.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And don't give any to the dog. Okay. Anyway, an interesting fact here, dogs will sometimes fake being sick just to get attention. Whoa. I didn't know that. All the dogs and the puppies we've been around, I didn't know they were faking it. But interesting sidelight, your cat hopes you get sick. That's just the way cats work. Oh, boy. Anyway, somebody took the time to study that. Hey, it's amazing what you can get a government grant for, right?
Oh, fun stuff.
Yep. Okay. And something new. Hormel has teamed up with General Mills to create Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bacon. Okay. The product will combine the cinnamon coating from Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal with Hormel's Black Label Bacon. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Bacon. It'll be available September 16th at Walmart. Because, of course, it is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bacon's okay, but why mess with the good thing, right?
It's a taste you can see.
Yes. Okay. We have birthdays. So let's, one of my favorites from the old Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Comedian Joanne Worley is 88. Roger Waters of Pink Floyd, 81. He's actually, he was their lyricist and did most everything with Pink Floyd and even wrote an opera. Actor Swoosie Kurtz is 80. Comedian, actor Jane Curtin, 77. Jeff Foxworthy, you might be a redneck if, is 66. Actor, comedian Michael Winslow, the guy with all the sound effects from the Police Academy movies, he's 66. Yep. Guitarist Pat Wakatar of AHA is 63. Actor Rosie Perez, 60. Singer Macy Gray, 57. Actor Danielle Gaither, 54. Actor Dylan Bruno, 52. Actor Idris Elba, 52. Actor Justina Machado is 52. Actor Annika Noni Rose is 52. Actor Justin Whalen, 50. Actor Naomi Harris, 48. Actor Deborah Joy Winans, 41. Actor Lauren Lapkus is 39. Local birthdays coming up.
The Imperial Tigers are looking for an Imperial Valley title this year, and Mickey Dale and George Grijalva will be on the sidelines with all the action. Follow the Imperial Tigers live on the web, KXORadio.com. All the games, home and away, streaming live on KXORadio.com.
Imperial High School football is brought to you by Intercare, the Imperial Tiger Football Association, K's Sushi Bar and Grill, and Roto-Rooter of the Imperial Valley.
We have happy birthday wishes today for Albert Platero, Mary Green, Chris Alvarado, Albert Rubio, Michael Gonzalez, Roberta Bird, Virginia Yanis, Noah Pipkin, Nicholas Gonzalez, Bobby Valencia, Robert Nangoyan, Irene Sandoval, Luis Eduardo Castellanos, Veronica Garibay, Albert Quintero, Bruce Anderholt, Scott Wright, Christina Farmer, Patty Zazueta, Diane Medina, Charles Rhodes, Marco Garcia, Cynthia Rodriguez, Sebastian Payares, and Bill Russo. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, and earlier this week we mentioned that the city of Los Angeles was founded in 1781. That's, okay, that's not easy putting 243 candles on a birthday cake. I mean, just ask Dick Van Dyke how you do it, right? Yeah, okay. News, are you ready?
News time.
Okay, it's a look at World and California news headlines to begin with. Brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District, delivering real-time updates about the air that you breathe.
CBS News Brief. A father and son make separate court appearances in this week's mass shooting at a high school in Georgia. Colin Gray accused of providing his 14-year-old with a gun.
You understand you have the right to be represented by an attorney at all times for this and all future proceedings in your case? Yes, sir.
Former President Trump at court in New York, appealing a jury verdict in his sexual abuse case involving writer E. Jean Carroll. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
Trump was ordered to pay $5 million in the case after a jury found him liable for battery and defamation. Trump has denied all allegations of rape or defamation.
Court now unlikely to rule until after the election. Analysts, including Stephen Gennot, believe this morning's jobs report will force the Fed's hand on interest rate cuts this month.
They're going to start to cut rates because they want to kind of get to a less restrictive setting. They don't want to put as much downward pressure on the U.S. economy.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.gov. to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. Just as jury selection was to get underway in Los Angeles Thursday, word that President Biden's son Hunter didn't want a trial and eventually agreed to plead guilty to federal tax charges. His attorney Abby Lowell saying, like millions of others, Biden was late paying his taxes.
Unlike those millions of Americans, he was charged criminally for his failures that occurred during the depths of his addiction to drugs and alcohol.
He'll be sentenced in December, facing up to 15 years in prison and a fine up to $1 million. The coach of the San Francisco 49ers talks for the first time about the chaotic hours following last Saturday's shooting of Niners receiver Ricky Pearsall in Union Square, trying to find out information before Kyle Shanahan says he heard from Pearsall himself.
I got a call like 20 minutes before that saying he was conscious, he was talking, that he was going to survive and all that. But then he FaceTimed me right after from his bed. It was real upbeat. Like it was really amazing.
Pearsall attended practice Thursday. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air that you breathe.
I had been starting to be sick all the time at work, so I went to the doctor. He asked if people in the office smoked. He identified it as being exposed to secondhand smoke. I decided to sue. It was worth it in the end, California being the first state to be smoke-free in workplaces and restaurants in the country.
Andrea was part of a historic movement to ban smoking in the workplace. Learn how she and other Californians are fighting big tobacco at undo.org.
Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is a serious heart condition. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. My HCM impacted how I felt and what I could do. So I asked my cardiologist about treatment advances that gave me new options. That conversation was big for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol-Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit hcmrealtalk.com to learn more.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb.
And it's page one of the local news. A service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the valley and mobile service vans that come to you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
KXO News. Smuggling attempts at San Luis. 2 separate smuggling attempts ended in nearly $200,000 worth of drugs seized. Here's George Gale.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers at the San Luis Port of Entry located the drugs in a 24-hour period. On Monday, September 2nd, at about 4:30 p.m., a 16-year-old female pedestrian was referred to secondary inspection after CBP officers found she had been reported as a missing juvenile. Teenager, U.S. citizen, was found to have approximately 3.6 pounds of blue fentanyl pills taped to her abdomen. Package contained over 16,000 pills. Second seizure occurred on Tuesday at about 9:15 p.m. when a 32-year-old woman drove her car to the border crossing. She was accompanied by her 2 minor children, ages 9 and 11. They were referred to the secondary inspection where non-intrusive technology revealed anomalies in all 4 tires. K-9 team alerted to the car, and a search led to the discovery of 8 packages inside the tires. 4 of the packages contained nearly 54,000 blue fentanyl pills, and the other 4 packages contained about 9 pounds of methamphetamine. Teenager was turned over to Yuma County Sheriff's, and the 32-year-old woman was turned over to Homeland Security investigations. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And Hay blocks roadway. A Thursday night accident blocked a roadway. The accident occurred at about 7:30 p.m. Thursday at the Alamo River Bridge on Worthington Road. A big rig loaded with hay was involved and dropped the hay in the road, blocking the bridge. Imperial County Roads Department closed off the road at McKim and also at McConnell Roads as Worthington was completely blocked. The cleanup of the hay was expected to continue into Friday morning. There were no injuries reported. KXO Local News Time, 7:42.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at El Centro Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
9/11 stair climb this Saturday. The Imperial Valley 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb will be held Saturday evening at the fairgrounds. Here's George Gale.
Officials say over 400 people have registered to participate in the 11th annual event. The IB 9/11 Stair Climb Committee says the participants will climb the stairs at the grandstands at the fairgrounds. The event starts at Saturday, 6 p.m. There will be vendors, fireworks, and entertainment. Participants will begin walking around the track before beginning the climb up and down the grandstand stairs. Participants will walk in the equivalent of 110 stories, the same as the firefighters who lost their lives at the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And moments of silence on 9/11. The CBP San Diego field office says they will remember those lost on September 11th, 2001. A moment of silence will happen on September 11th. The field office says at 5:46 a.m. on September 11th, the northbound traffic operations at all ports in San Diego and Imperial counties will stop to commemorate the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 attack and remembrance of the victims. All the ports from the Pacific Ocean to the Arizona border will participate. Normal traffic operations will resume immediately following the brief ceremony. Travelers are advised to plan accordingly. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather up next.
And page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley, at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
And then the unthinkable happened.
Oh, no.
As he maneuvered through narrow rows, gliding under low-hanging branches, honing in on his target.
Full body chills.
He lifted his right hand and adjusted his ergonomically placed controls, continuing a productive evening in the orchard protecting this year's crop. Because John Deere's specialty tractors are loaded with options, so you can confidently complete any task in front of you. Uncover more at johndeere.com/specialty.
Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in the valley. They have daily lunch specials Monday through Friday and happy hour 3 till 6 p.m. every single day.
Write-in nomination period begins September 9th. County elections to start accepting write-in nominations. Here's George Gale.
The nominations are for the general election November 5th. County Registrar of Voters says starting September 9th, individuals interested in running as a write-in candidate for the upcoming election will begin picking up their nomination papers. To be eligible, potential write-in candidates must file their completed nomination papers with the Registrar of Voters office by 5 p.m. October 22nd, 14 days before Election Day. In addition to the nomination papers, candidates are required to file a statement of economic interest and campaign disclosure statements. Candidates interested in running for city contests should contact their respective city offices for additional information and specific requirements. For more information on this and other election issues, contact the Registrar of Voters office. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And there will be a DUI checkpoint in Brawley. Brawley Police to set up a DUI checkpoint. The driving under the influence checkpoint will be set up tonight. The checkpoint will run from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. at an undisclosed location. Police officials say DUI checkpoint locations are determined based on data showing incidents of impaired driving-related crashes. They say the primary purpose of DUI checkpoints are to promote public safety by taking suspected impaired drivers off the road. Brawley Police Chief Jimmy Duran says impaired drivers put others on the road at significant risk. They said any prevention measures that reduce the number of impaired drivers on the roads significantly improves traffic safety. And city manager still on administrative leave. The Kxo city council met Wednesday evening, and here's the details. Here's George Gale.
According to the agenda, the council was to discuss dismissing the city manager in closed session. Council went into closed session, discussed the issue, but took no action. That means Esperanza Colio Warren remains the city manager, but also remains on administrative leave. She is getting paid to do absolutely nothing. She has been on the administrative leave since June 7th. Decision to place her on administrative leave was controversial because mainly there was no reason or explanation ever released to explain the action. There are several rumors floating around, but none have been confirmed. On June 7th, council appointed Juan Contreras to serve as interim city manager. In effect, a financially strapped city has or is paying for 2 city managers, and only one is allowed to do anything. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And don't forget, Monday is a state holiday. September 9th is California Admissions Day. It is a state holiday, and it is the day California was admitted into the Union, becoming the 31st state of the United States in 1850. Kxo says they will be recognizing the holiday. On Monday, Kxo city offices will be closed. The regular office hours will resume on September 10th. That's it for KXO Local News. KXO News Time 7:49. Weather next.
Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wind Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. Try one of our weekday lunch specials that include a soft drink from only $8 and up for September Happy Mexican Independence Day. Get Modelo Especial 16 ounce for $5.50 and 22 ounce for $6.50. And try our Enchiladas Suizas. Burgers & Beer with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers & Beer for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says unseasonably strong high pressure over the region will continue to support excessively hot temperatures, with highs exceeding 110 degrees for the Imperial and Yuma valleys. Some modest relief from the heat is expected starting this weekend as temperatures retreat to around 5 degrees above normal. Breezy easterly winds during the morning hours are expected each day through this weekend across much of the area. 119 the high in the valley yesterday, 83 the overnight low. Today, sunny and hot with a high near 112, but heat index values will make it feel like 115. East-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north-northwest this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 87. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. Sunny and hot on Saturday with a high near 111. East-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Sunday will be sunny and hot with a high near 110. East wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. We have 88 degrees downtown, 40% relative humidity, wind out of the southeast 5 to 7 miles an hour. Air quality good everywhere except in Calexico, where there is elevated PM10. Local news, page 2 and the weather, brought to you by Burgers & Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers & Beer.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball. Well, the Tigers came from behind and beat the Padres 4-3. A two-out grand slam in the top of the 9th inning pushed the Tigers over the top. The Rangers topped the Angels 3-1. Rockies rolled over the Braves 3-1. Pirates beat the Nationals 9-4. Phillies stuffed the Marlins 5-2. Giants nipped the Diamondbacks 3-2. Mariners over the Athletics 6-4. Twins shaded the Rays 4-3. And the Reds shut out the Astros 1-0.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Well, the NFL season kicked off last night, and the Chiefs managed to hold on and pick up a 27-20 win over the Baltimore Ravens. We've got coverage of NFL football coming up Sunday night, the Rams and the Lions, 4:30 Sunday evening. Monday Night Football, the Jets and the 49ers. That also starts at 4:30. And don't forget, the Raiders are on FM 107.5. Raiders and the Chargers, Sunday, 12:30. Our pregame coverage begins on FM 107.5. High school football around the valley. It'll be Coastal Academy at Southwest, Mountain Empire at Holtville, Calipatria at O'Farrell Charter, Vincent at El Cajon Valley, Gila Ridge takes on Palo Verde Valley, Brawley at Canyon Hills, Imperial in Yuma at Cibola, Mickey Dale, George Grijalva bring you that game on KXORadio.com and on YouTube. John Triffle and I will be at Spartan Stadium, Cal Jones Field. It'll be Ramona, the Bulldogs, and the Central Spartans on AM 1230, on our KXO YouTube channel, and on KXORadio.com. And Jessica Pagula rallied for a 3-set win to reach the U.S. Open Finals. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Well, the unemployment rate dropped a bit. Economists were expecting a net gain of about 160,000 jobs and for the unemployment rate to fall to 4.2%. And August total lands in line with the job growth seen during the past 3 months, but is markedly lower than the average monthly gain of 202,000 during the past 12 months. And considering that information, investors are kind of taking a wait-and-see attitude on Wall Street. The Fed's expected to cut the rates, but we'll wait and see how much. The United States has announced new export controls on advanced technology, including quantum computers, in line with restrictions imposed by international partners. Several countries, including the United Kingdom, have already imposed similar controls, and others are expected to do so as well. The most significant controls are the ones on quantum computers and related technology, said Washington trade lawyer Kevin Wolf. They have novel reporting requirements for new foreign national employees working on quantum computer development in the U.S. So, what's shaking on the big board? Well, again, investors kind of waiting to see what kind of action the Feds are going to take. The S&P 500 looks to be headed for its worst week since April as the investors wait. Some of the issues, well, Intel stock has fallen. Amazon has also dropped. The Dow right now off 300 points at 40,558. The S&P 500 off 81 points at 54.23. The NASDAQ down 379 points at 16,749. Gold off $1 an ounce. Oil down 73 cents a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my #1 priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny and hot again today. Look for a high near 112 with heat index values making it feel like 115. East-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north-northwest this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 87. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny and hot with a high near 111. East-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Sunday will be sunny and hot with a high near 110, east wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. 89 degrees, 39% relative humidity, wind out of the southeast 5 to 7, air quality good everywhere, moderate in Calexico. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service offering 24-hour a day, 365 days a year service. You will find Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro. CBS News is coming up. We'll keep you up to date what's going on around the world. Local news scheduled throughout the day on AM 1230 KXO.
KXO El Centro on AM 1230 KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile.
I'm Steve Kathan. A father and son appear in a Georgia court, one after the other, each charged in this week's deadly school shooting. CBS's Jerika Duncan says the suspected shooter, 14-year-old Colt Gray, is facing charges that could mean life in prison.
What was so interesting is the idea of seeing all of the parents in that first row in the courtroom and having to see that 14-year-old's face again because they needed to clarify that he is not, in fact, facing the death penalty because he is 14 years old.
Gray's father faces murder and other charges, too, allegedly allowing his son access to a weapon. The government says employers tacked on 142,000 jobs in August, the unemployment rate edging lower to 4.2%. Bank of America economist Stephen Janot says it's evidence that should keep the Federal Reserve on course to cut interest rates.
We're still looking at a quarter point. So while the employment report was definitely softer than we expected, it wasn't terrible. By all means, you're not seeing layoffs really increase. The layoff rate remains low. You're just kind of seeing more moderate hiring.
Former President Trump's attorneys are in a New York courtroom today. CBS's Katrina Kaufman tells us they're pushing to overturn the verdict that found him liable of sexual abuse and slander.
In the first E. Jean Carroll trial, a jury found it likely that Trump committed sexual abuse against E. Jean Carroll. In the second E. Jean Carroll trial, where Trump had a verdict of over $83 million, the judge told that jury to take that assumption as true, so they factored it into their decision.
Another judge is expected to decide today on the sentencing date for Trump's hush money conviction. Ukraine's president is meeting with the U.S. and its European allies to appeal for more military assistance. As we hear from CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Zelensky thanked Western countries for providing weapons.
But the number of air defense systems that have not yet been delivered is significant.
And he called again for these allies to allow long-range weapons to strike inside Russia and in Russian-occupied areas of Ukraine.
We hear that your long-range policy has not changed. We think it is wrong that there are such steps.
The U.S. is worried changing course could escalate the war.
The government's launched an investigation into the way big airlines handle those points and miles programs. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg sent letters to the CEOs of American, Delta, Southwest, and United yesterday, requesting they hand over detailed records about their frequent flyer programs. Now, the probe is looking into how consumers could be impacted by extra fees, hidden pricing.
The Dow is down 50. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice5G and start saving today.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling your entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Visitors to Italy should know it pays to bring some cash.
3 coins in the fountain.
You may want to save those coins for entry. Italian officials are considering a proposal to charge tourists a fee of 1 or 2 euros to see the famous Trevi fountain in order to control crowd size at the 18th century masterpiece. The plan includes an online reservation system and time limits, but critics say cordoning off the tight open space would be disruptive. The Italian Culture Ministry is bracing for 30 million pilgrims expected to pour into Rome for the Vatican's Jubilee celebration next year. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Swedish scientists want to look at this year's mushroom harvest in that country to test to see how much radioactive fallout might remain from the Chernobyl nuclear disaster back in 1986 in the Soviet Union. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
AM 1230 KXO. 1230 KXO. Well,